Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on Channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith, but my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense, and Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, We also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
so pissed.
Like the goalie said there, and the net like moved this way, and he's like, "What the?"
Oh no, I would be so pissed if I was that goalie. Like, dude.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. I'm Kyle Smith alongside Quincy Bell as the Green Cards, the away team, are going to take on the Red Blazers. And Quincy, Red Blazers, they started the year 0-2, but they're riding a 3-game winning streak.
They really have turned it around, haven't they? They've sometimes in younger leagues it takes a little bit to kind of get the flow of a team going, start 0-2. 3 games in a row, they're really starting to get stuff together, and they're trying to get a win against their crosstown rivals today.
Green Blazers, of course, they're led by their speed demon at the top of the lineup, and for them to stay on track, Quincy, runs are the name of the game. They've scored at least 7 runs in their first 3 ball games.
I'll tell you, their leadoff hitter, Cam, he can absolutely fly. On Tuesday, I think he stole 4 bases. He was out there flying on the base paths, and he is a true contact hitter, too. He'll get on base. Sometimes the speed hitters getting on base is the issue, not for him.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break. You're watching SBS Broadcasting Network for everyone. Back to the action, Kyle Smith alongside April Tolliver. The game should start in about 9 minutes from now. It was really interesting, Quincy. We thought they were going to go right at 10 because they started warming up at 9:56. But it is 10:02 right now, so I guess they're just going to stand around for 8 minutes. This is the strangest thing I've ever seen.
I guess. I mean, someone's got to tell them that. Someone's got to let people know when the game's going on.
So we'll take a quick commercial break. Game is going to start at 10:10 today here on SBS, the broadcasting network for everyone. We are about ready to go. Kyle Smith alongside Quincy Bell as it's the Green Cards against the Red Blazers here on SBS. We'll give you the starting lineup in a second here as it's going to be a fun one today at beautiful Dyer Babe Ruth League Field.
All right, they're about to go. So.
No, tie.
Sorry.
Hold on. April, not that tight. I got to see the pitcher. There you go. 1-0 the count. Wind up in the pitch. High and inside for ball 2.
Cam is a very disciplined hitter up there. If the pitches aren't coming, he'll take his walks and get on base.
Of course, the Red Blazers are sponsored by Cali. Right down the middle for strike 1. That's the pitch you want, Quincy. Right down the middle, right down Broadway. Just couldn't do anything with it.
Always comfortable for pitchers to get that first strike over. So maybe nerves, first time being on a game that's broadcasted. Getting that first strike over can be crucial.
Swung on a miss, a little bit high, but at this level, partner, sometimes the umpires call it a strike, so not surprising that Posey would swing at that.
Yeah, a lot of umpires in younger divisions will take a lot of liberty with their strike zones. Get kids to swing the bat.
That's pop fly and fouled away. 2-2 the count. Pawlowski on the mound with a 3 ERA. That one's a liner, and it's going to stay fair into the gap. That's going to be at least a double, as staying in there for the stand-up double is Posey, and first batter gets on base via the leadoff double.
That's what they've been trying to do all year, get Cam on base and get him around. Great first at bat there, getting to 2 strikes, not letting the pitcher beat him. Sends him down the line, great hit.
That'll bring up the 2-hole hitter in Matthew Haymay. Cam Berngen on deck, Blake Pawlowski in the hole. And that's going to be inside for a ball, and that's going to be troublesome. Posey will score on the E2. It's a stolen base and an error if you're scoring at home. And partner, if you're the catcher for Blazers, you just got to eat that one and live another day.
Well, that's the pressure that Cam will put on you. That speed, I mean, he can get around the bases without any help from his teammates. That's just the value he brings to a team.
Darren on the errant throw, no RBI, of course, and we'll start things new again on the 1-0 count. Ground ball, left side. Slow mover, and you got to charge that one, Quincy. It's a hit technically, but the third baseman's got to do a better job of charging that one.
Yeah, this infield grass tends to run very slow. Infielders should probably be playing, especially on this field, further up on the grass on plays like that.
So 2 hits technically. That'll bring up the 3-hole hitter in Berngen. And swung on a miss. Matthew was going on first movement from the opposing pitcher.
He also has good speed. He will be a threat to steal a base here.
High fastball driven into left field. That's going to split the gap. And we'll see if Haymay can score from first. Mishandled in left. As that will put...
I think it was foul.
Okay, it's going to be a foul ball. High fastball, and it's going to be popped up, and it'll fall out of play, third base side. 0-2 on Berngen.
He's timed up these first couple pitches real well. Line drive just a few feet foul, popped it straight back. I bet you he's about to put the ball in play here soon.
Pickoff play from Sussner. As it's an 0-2 count on the batter in Berngen. right down the middle, and that's lined down the line for a double. Misplayed and left.
I think that was a single.
And surprisingly, not able to get to second base on that on a double, so the runners go station to station on that. The count goes back to 0-0, and it'll be the cleanup hitter and Blake Pawlowski.
Pawlowski's got a lot of pop at his bat. He is definitely a threat to send one into the gap.
Thought about stealing. Runners stay at their normal positions. 0-1 the count. Couple of base hits and a double. An infield hit, May, and the play not made at third base as the damage continues against the Red Blazers. High and outside for a ball. Patowski on deck, Fuentes in the hole. It was an errant play by Gomez in left, but luckily the runners did not advance on the base hit by Berngen. As that's inside for a ball. Runners will go back to their respective bases. Swung on and missed, strike two. Nice pitch, Quincy, right on the outer part. Hard to make contact with that.
That's a perfect pitch right on that outside corner. One of the toughest pitches to hit. Got Blake swinging out of his shoes on that one.
And that one's going to find its way foul near the bullpen. And partner, it's a large field. Infield fly into effect, but the outfielder's playing at medium depth. So if it goes past the infield dirt, it's most likely not going to be called infield fly.
Yeah, for this age group, it's a pretty decent-sized field. And oddly enough, for the older age groups, when the next broadcast, it's a little bit too small sometimes.
That's a base hit. Should have been caught at short. You could make the case that Poerio should have had it, but we'll call it a base hit. Station-to-station baseball. A break somewhat for the Blazers as partner, the Green Cards are having trouble going from second base to home.
Yeah, not trying to get too aggressive early in this game, just playing station to station, not want to take any risks with nobody out yet.
Patowski trying to do something with it with nobody out. That's 3 singles in the inning and a double. Right down the middle for a strike. And the other thing too, partner, I mean, you don't want to get too aggressive in the outfield, but you also want to get an out too. So if you feel like you can get him at the plate on a base hit to the outfield, you might consider not cutting it off. Liner into left. It's dropped by Sims. Runners have to advance. It looked like he dropped it.
Yeah, hot shot at third, knocked it down with his glove, wasn't able to pick it up cleanly.
So I guess they're going to say that even though it's not a typical Major League pop-up infield fly, it's the old you drop it on purpose and you step on third, throw it at home. So
yeah.
The umpire's going to say the liner infield fly. That's a first for me, but infield fly, one out. Unless he was in foul territory.
He's still on first. I don't think that's what they called. Umpires, I think, are discussing right now.
If it's not in the air, technically, if it's a liner, you can drop it on purpose because it's infield fly. It's not infield line drive.
Javi Baez sort of made a living with that on the Cubs. He did that multiple times to pick off runners at second.
We're going to take a quick break. You're watching SBS, the broadcasting network for everyone.
So it is 2-0.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's
So it is 2-0. Runners can run at their own risk. I did not see all the runners advance one base, partner, so the umpires gave them an extra base.
well, Potosky beat the throw at first.
Right, but I didn't see any of the other runners advance. Like, I didn't see a guy go home on the bases loaded.
Well, he scored, and it's a 2-0 lead for the Cards here. They're starting out hot, and they are really threatening to get more here with bases loaded, nobody out. It's been a tough start for Sussner.
So that would be an E5, no infield fly, and nobody out. A lot of interesting things happening today. I swear I did not see Haymay go to home plate. Inside for a ball. So Fuentes is up. Greenwald Jr. is on deck. Swung on and missed for strike 2. And that'll be strike 3. Greenwald Jr., Quincy, he had 2 home runs last season in a game.
He is a really big threat to go deeper. He's a real 3 true outcome hitter. He is either, in most of his at-bats, he's either walking, striking out, or hitting one halfway up those trees and left.
Outside for a ball.
He's probably the last hitter I would want to see with runners on.
Swung on a miss for a strike. And that's the problem, Quincy, when you refuse to go from second to home on a base hit. It could be 3 or 4-0 right now. Now it's only 2-0, and a double play ends the inning.
Yeah, Greenwald's going to probably have to try to get this ball in the air. Double play would not be very advantageous.
Strike 2. I mean, that's his pitch. He has fallen to the 7 hole, so he has a big bat. Kind of reminds me of Willie Mo Pena back when he played for the Reds. Big bat, but he would struggle at times with the consistency. Little high for a ball.
In my time talking with Eric, he told me that he actually plays sparing innings in a men's league in East Chicago.
Oh, nice. If you're just joining us, 3 singles and a double is where we stand right now. Outside for a ball. Anything close, Greenwald will have to swing.
Sussner's going to have to give him something to hit. 3-2 doesn't want to walk in and run.
Swung on a miss, strike 3. That was a pitcher's pitch right there, partner. Right on the outer part. Greenwald, that's not his game. He likes it inner part down the middle, and great job on the scouting report to get that outside fastball for strike 3.
Got to attack power hitters on that outside edge, because if they get their bat in front of an inside pitch, it's going to be going a long ways. Outside pitches, a lot of power hitting pull hitters sort of have trouble with those pitches. It's a great job by Sussner. And now any out could get them out of this inning here.
Sussner's pitch as it's in there for a strike. Carlson has a job to do. Make contact, make the defense work. Sims is struggling a little bit at third base, but for Carlson to go to the third base side, it's probably going to be an outside fastball.
Carlson's a very disciplined hitter. Smaller zone than most players, and he knows that. He will take his walks when he needs to. This is the type of hitter I want up with men on and 2 outs.
Both runs scored on errors. Ground ball right side as Sussner barehands it, throws it to first, and gets the out. But the damage is done. Couple of errors. We go to the bottom of the first. It's 2-0 in favor of the Green Cards here on SBS. Test, test 1, test, test 2. Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't even think. She can hear you guys.
You can hear me when I say this?
Doing a great show.
I got you.
Test, test 1, test, test 2.
Yeah, she can hear us.
Yeah, he should be hearing it. He probably means the commercial break. Can you hear it?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't hear anything.
It's because it's not in headphone mode, dumb. Can you hear it now?
I can hear. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Thank God it was just
Scared me for a second. If you can't hear it, let me know and I'll fix it. Back to the action at beautiful Dyer Babe Ruth Field. Kyle Smith alongside Quincy Bill, 2-0 lead. And for Red Blazers to win today, they're going to have to avoid the errors.
Yeah, not a great inning in the field. 2 errors caused both runs to score. An overthrow on third base, runner still third, and then got to just walk home. A dropped ball at third, not able to make the play at first. They're really going to have to clean up the defense in these next couple innings, or else the Cards will run away with this one.
The alignment for Cardinals, that's brought to you by SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone. Greenwald Jr. behind the plate, Pawlowski on the mound, Haymay at third, Carlson at first, Baldwin at second, Posey at short, Rodriguez in right, Berngen in center, Herrera in left field.
And Blake Pawlowski is their go-to pitcher. In this league, you're only allowed 3 innings from each of your starting pitchers per game, but he is definitely the guy that they go to for 3 strong ones at the start of a game.
Swung on a miss for a strike. Eloy Gomez, the fastest guy on the Blazers. Let's see what he can do in the leadoff spot today. Pawlowski, the lefty. He did go. Let's see if they appeal. They won't. Man, I'm surprised home plate umpire didn't appeal on that because it sure looked like he went, Quincy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he probably has a better view than us in center field. I don't know. A lot of umpires like to talk about if the bat crosses the front line of home plate. I'm not sure what the validity of that is. It's more so just to an umpire's discretion.
Right, but he has a first base umpire which can see it the entire way. It's, you know, you look at the OPS of 0-1, 1-1 versus 0-2. It goes up or down 100 points.
Yeah, there was a Foolish Baseball video about the count matrix. It was each count what I'm sure that's a video you're referencing of.
Right. Well, they've done it at MLB and Fangraphs, how the count is so important at the MLB level. And really for any type of baseball, because confidence goes into it. Your confidence changes as a pitcher when you're heading the count 0-2 versus 1-1. Same thing for the batter. 3-2 now to Gomez. And that's ball 4.
If the Cards can push across, I would say even 1 run in this inning, I would take that as a victory considering they had a bases loaded, no out jam back in the first and only 2 runs came across the score. So leadoff guy on, we'll see what they can do in getting these 2 runs back.
As that's fouled away by Poerio. Never want to give up free passes. That's one of the reasons Dylan Cease was traded from the Cubs to the White Sox and why the Sox moved on for him into San Diego. He can blow people away with the fastball, but he does struggle with those free passes at times.
Yeah, you don't want to get hitters on base without them really having to earn it at all. I know walks can be earned to a certain extent, but for the most part, they're on the pitcher, and you can blow guys away, but if you constantly have people on for walks, it's not a good look.
Oof. In Little League, that's probably a strike. This time they call it a ball.
That's a good frame from Greenwald. He's one of the better framers in this league. I've seen him fool umpires to bringing pitches back into the zone.
He does a good job, too. He moves the knees, not the mitt. If you move the mitt, not the knees, umpires won't give you the benefit of the doubt. Use that chest protector. Not only, partner, is it hard to block it when you move your head away and use the glove, but you can get hurt that way where it goes off your mitt and sometimes it's into your neck like that.
Yeah, you also got a lot of open area between your chest and your knees, and that's really not the part of the body you want exposed.
Inside fastball jammed him a little bit, as it's going to be a tough play. It's short. Try to go all the way to first with it, and it's going to be a hit. Runner advances, so a hit and a throwing error. Now runners at the corners with nobody out.
Tough play for Cam there in the hole. I don't think he was going to beat him to first anyway with that throw. Probably would like to put that one in your pocket next time.
It's a big difference, right, between runners at first and second and runners in first and third. Sometimes kid at this level, they don't think about the infield fly, but it is an effect with runners at first and second. Now you don't have that. So, especially in this ballpark, Quincy, we talked about how the outfielders usually play deep or medium. So any short fly ball past the shortstop on the grass, umpires probably aren't going to call that infield fly. So these shortstops, third baseman, second baseman need to know that. Ground ball left side, and Posey got a piece of it. No error because that was clearly in the hole. Infield single. If you're scoring at home, everybody advances one base.
Going back to the infield fly that you were talking about, that can a lot of times play a factor in the upper age division. The second game, 16 to 18, 300 feet can be a pretty small field. When I would play here, I would play almost near the wall, so a lot of times those pop-ups just past the infield can be hard to handle if you're playing super far back.
Swung on a miss for a strike to Lakey. Darren, the catcher, is on deck trying to make up for that throwing error. And the problem with the throwing error, not that he was aggressive on the play, but he did need to make that throw because the runner was clearly into third base. Trying to frame that, missing by Greenwald. Would have been a ball anyways. 1-2 the count. Anything but a strikeout, partner. Put the ball in play, make the defense work.
Yeah, got to advance these runners. Tying runs on second, go-ahead run on first.
Yeah. I was going to say, Blue, Didn't he ring him up?
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
Because
he pulled his arm back, but maybe that was strike two.
A lot of interesting things today. The line drive that wasn't caught with the bases loaded. I still don't think that the runners advanced. And then he rings him up, but it also wasn't strike three.
Umpires in the MLB have rung people up on strike two. It happens to everyone at least once.
Right. The liner at third base. That one's fouled away by Lakey. If you saw him score on that line drive to third base, that's fine. I didn't
really see it either. I just saw everyone else at the next base if they would have been, and I'm like,
right.
well, he had.
Which is fine. I just didn't see the runner go to home because I think the runner at third thought that it was infield fly because the third baseman dropped it on purpose.
Yeah.
1-2 the count. Swung on a miss, and that time it's strike three. That's the difference between a good pitcher and a great pitcher. On 2-2 and 1-2, you raise the ladder with that four-seamer. It looks like a strike, but at the last second, it's no longer one. That'll bring up Caleb Darren, the catcher. It's a double steal. Greenwald, the throw to third. It's an error. You'd like to see your third baseman and Haymay make a better effort to knock that ball down. At the same time, not the greatest throw by Greenwald either. Double steal, everybody advances, one base.
No double play in effect now. Any ground ball should get this run across.
Swung on and missed for a strike. That evens the count at 1-1. Amir Issa, the extra hitter, is on deck. Foul tip.
Darren got off to a really quick start with the bat last year. In his first couple games, he was riding like a 6 for 10 stretch. See if he could start this year hot, too.
Liner, that's a hot shot. Frozen row past Posey. Great job base running to hold on a line drive. And because it was near Posey's glove, the runners can only advance one base. Station to station baseball. It's now 2-2. That was probably the best hit of the day, and that includes that leadoff double by Posey. That was a frozen rope to the outfield.
Darren can hit the ball hard, man. I was at a lot of his games last year. He definitely, when he makes contact, it's not a little blooper somewhere. He's hitting a line drive somewhere.
So that'll start the count at 0-0. RBI for Darren. And that's something that Issa has to learn the hard way. Stay in the box, because when you get out like that, umpires don't like it, and they usually call a strike, even when it's starting to lean towards a ball. Only time umpires like you to get out of the box is when it's actually a ball. That time it was
like
one.
Like that.
My old coach used to tell me, you got to wear that, kid.
Pretty sure every coach has said that at least 100 times at this level.
We got ice. Outside for a ball.
2 more runners in scoring position here. Second and third. Issa looking to provide even some more damage. Maybe get this lead at some point.
And that'll be ball 4. Bases full of Blazers.
And Pawlowski will be trying to do what Susnar did last inning. Bases loaded, didn't get to him. We'll see if he can produce a ground ball or some way to get an easy out here without that run coming across.
Marcel Johnson, the big boy at first base, trying to make things happen. Base hit, scores at least 2. Jammed him. Slow mover to short. Posey bobbles it. Would have been a tough play at first regardless, but these infielders, Quincy, they got to be better. When you bobble it, even though it's 90-foot bases, your chances of getting that runner, unless you have a Derek Jeter, Alex Rodriguez type of arm, once you bobble, just eat it and live another day.
Yeah, this is an MLB-sized field when it comes to bases. I think a lot of younger players are sort of used to that. On, say, 60-foot bases, they're used to at least having a chance on making that throw.
You want to say a hit or an error?
I think they got him at first.
Did they get him at first?
I think they did.
This week have the replay here for you. Well, we'll get it for you in a second. Swung on and missed for a strike. Outside and high for a ball. That'll even the count at 1-1.
Big at-bat here for Sims. A 1-run lead you think is probably not that big of an issue, but if he gets a base hit, bring both of these across. 5-run first inning, down 3. That could be a little demoralizing after starting up 2-0.
Close pitch goes the way of the the green cards.
Sort of interesting that the Cardinals are the team that's green and not red. I don't think I've ever.
Go by the green cards, not the green Cardinals.
Oh.
Yeah, that's definitely strike 3. Sims knew it, and as he will throw his bat down in frustration, but the damage is done. 3-run score. We go to the top of the second, 3-2 lead in favor of the Blazers. Back to the action at beautiful Dyer Babe Ruth Field. It's a 3-2 lead in favor of the Red Blazers. That's a line drive. A lot of pop on that swing, but caught and left. It's a loud out as it's caught by Gomez.
Most of the time, hard contact like that will end up a hit more times than it's not.
Got to frame that one. It would have been a strike if he had caught it. Try to frame that one. And that's outside for a ball. 3-0. Batting 12 batters today are the Cardinals. And he got the green light on 3-0.
Kind of surprising with nobody on, one out. You'd think you want to just get a base runner on there. I saw a stat the other day that said Mike Trout hasn't swung at a 3-0 pitch since 2012. Although some hitters really like to swing 3-0.
That was his pitch. Got underneath it. And at 13 to 16-year-old baseball, the pitcher catches it. As he gets older, shortstop and third base need to take charge and make that catch.
Yeah, at higher levels, pitchers are really not too keen on getting pop-ups like that.
It is also one of those things that I disagree with. Well, if your pitcher catches it, it's going to hurt his back. I kind of disagree with that. Since 1968, they lowered the mound after Bob Gibson had that 1.12 ERA season. They're not coming up from that high, but I also understand it is unnatural. You come off the mound, you're going downhill, right? And then you have to come back to make the catch. Did he call a strike on that?
I think so.
Okay.
Looked a little bit low and outside.
A little bit? That one's right down the middle and fouled away by Baldwin.
Camera 2 is live. I can hear the audio, but there's no video.
Okay. Inside for a ball, almost hit him.
Yeah. Cole Rodriguez at the plate was new to the league last year, and for some of the younger players that kind of struggle when they first get up, Cole had a pretty solid season. I think hit north of 300. Goes down looking there, though.
A little bit high, but he's... Umpire calls him out on strike 3. We go to the bottom of the second. It is 3-2 in favor of the Red Blazers. All right, I got to...
If you give your PIN or password over the phone, you might as well wallpaper your room with cash. Why don't you just use $1 bills?
Okay, these will come right off. It's just hot glue. So make them take it back, right? Here you go. Careful, careful.
Oh no, something spilled over here. If you give your PIN or password over the
Okay. I thought they were okay. My bad.
All right, we're on.
Welcome back to Dyer Babe Ruth. Bottom of the second, set to start. Pawlowski still on the mound. Struggled a little bit in that first inning. 3 runs the count. Trying to have a cleaner half of the inning. That pitch low and outside. One-0 pitch from Pawlowski. Low again. Okay, apparently not. Umpire calls that a strike. It's 1-1. Nine, 10-1 due up for the Blazers this inning. 1-1 from Pawlowski in there for strike 2. Bonilla on deck, then the lineup will flip over to Gomez in the hole. One-two offering in the dirt, blocked by Greenwald, and the count will run even at 2-2. Pawlowski trying to avoid what will be another leadoff walk. That pitch low, and the count will run full. Excuse me, that was ball 4. And Mole will be on, and now the 10-hitter Bonilla will step to the plate. Playing second base today, and he will try to flip this over to the top of the order with some more runners on. Pawlowski comes set after getting the sign. He will try the pickoff at first, and Mole is back. Pawlowski has a decent left-hander's pickoff move. A lot of kids at this age aren't really used to that. Bonilla swings and misses for strike 1. We'll see if Mole is going here. Has some decent speed in his arsenal. Pawlowski will deliver to the plate. Outside.
We'll get camera 2 fixed for you. Don't know why it's at black screen, but we'll get that fixed for you shortly. Camera 3 is working fine. Ground ball, third base side. It just dies on the grass and just mishandled to first base. E3, and that'll advance the runners 1 base. So that'll bring up the top of the order for Gomez. High for a ball. If you're just joining us, the Blazers scored 3 runs, a couple of errors, both made by Posey, so that's outside for a ball. And a couple of nice singles, including by Caleb Darren, as the Red Blazers answered. And that's what they've done a lot of this season, Quincy. They were 0-2 to start the year. They've won 3 in a row coming in. They start off a little shaky, giving up 2 in the top of the first, and they answer right back in the bottom half of the inning with 3 across the plate. Fouled away behind home plate.
And in those 3 games, they've really just been they've done a lot better of a job at just getting runners on base, more patient at the plate, taking more balls instead of swinging at them. The more you get runners on, the more runs you'll score. The more runs you score, the more games you'll win.
Swung on and missed. And that'll be a strikeout. Nope. Yeah, it is. Like the batters keep changing their mind. Am I coming back to the plate? No, it actually is a strikeout.
In my years playing in this league, I've never seen this home plate umpire before. He's doing a lot of weird hand motions and calling a lot of strikes that are in the dirt.
And then we don't know if it's strike 3 or not. Like the batter was going to come back to the plate, and the umpire said, no, that's strike 3. And then we saw him ring somebody up. I swear he rung him up on strike 2.
He did. He did ring him up on strike 2.
Infield fly, of course, in effect. Yeah, that's a strike, but he's been a little inconsistent with it. It's a good frame by Greenwald. And partner shortstop and third baseman today are going to have to play a little shallow because it's just dying on the grass.
That's a regularity at this field. Greenwald wanted that strike call. I see he held the frame there for a little bit.
That's why you got to move those knees. The more you move the knee, it helps out the umpire. Once they see you try to push that glove back into the strike zone, the umpire knows it's a ball.
Yeah. Good pitcher from Pulaski. Great location down in the zone.
See if he goes with the changeup here. At this level, partner, pitchers sometimes struggle with the breaking ball because they hang it into the strike zone. Okay, raises the ladder with it. Don't lose him, though. 3-2. Liner, left side, and it gets to the outfield. Gomez will play it as it's past Posey's glove. And a little bit of trouble in terms of getting the ball and then hitting off your cutoff man. The hitting's been there for both sides, but both teams struggling a little bit defensively.
Yeah, the fielding has definitely not been sharp so far. Going to need to see that cleaned up if both teams want to have a chance at winning this one.
It's definitely a base hit. As that's outside for a ball. And Quincy, did any runners score on that?
I believe so.
So it should be runners at first and second. Maul scored. It's now 3-3. Sorry, 4-2.
Sussnar trying to help out his case on the mound, trying to get some runners across with his bat. You don't see players get a chance to do that in the high levels anymore.
Liner into the gap. As it's cut off that time. Station to station baseball again. Lakey cut it off. But the damage continues for the Red Blazers as that'll load it up with the score 4-2. Are you surprised the third base coaches are not being aggressive sending runners today?
A little bit. A lot of coaches at these levels will really try to send people because your odds at this level of getting a bad throw are a lot higher. So I'm a little surprised on how cautiously they're moving these runners around.
Oh my goodness. In the dirt. He called a strike.
It has been a rough day so far for our plate umpire here. Can't even blame him for swinging in that last one in the dirt. That probably would have been called a strike anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he called that one a strike. Some umpires call it a strike because they make the argument, well, the catcher is very far behind home plate because he's fearing of batter interference. Well, catcher's interference.
And sometimes on slower pitches, they drop a little bit when they come towards the plate, so it could cross maybe at the knees, but bounce on the plate.
Going to try to go home with it. Pawlowski falls down. That's the only play he had, Quincy. His momentum's going towards home plate. Pawlowski just tripped. He would have had him at home if he had just fielded it cleanly.
Maybe a little bit of dew still on the field from this morning. Tough with the footing there.
It's an infield hit. And if the green cards aren't careful here, it could get out of hand. It'll bring up Darren, who quite possibly has the best exit velocity of the day. Posey with the only two-bagger has a mound visit for Pawlowski.
Yeah, it's been a rough day for him so far. Ball's getting hit hard, and when it does, his fielders aren't really giving him much help.
And it'll be a pitching change as coming into the game for the Cardinals. It'll be Tyler Carlson.
He said states should be able to prosecute them. I was 18 years old. I had to register for the draft.
Was that an ad?
We'll take a quick break. You're watching SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
All right, give me on. Welcome back. Carlson, the new pitcher. Darren, the batter, has a line drive single and an RBI to his name so far today. Takes for a ball one, and he'll try to really break this game open for the Blazers. Already up by 3. They have a chance to be up by 4 or even more. Takes strike one. Carlson trying to settle this game down a little bit for the Cardinals. Pawlowski ran into a lot of trouble, giving up some hard hit balls. And not very much help from his fielders. Darren lines another one into the outfield for a base hit. This could be trouble. It's all the way near the wall. 2 runners are in. It's another double for Caleb Darren. He has 3 RBIs to his name, and the Blazers have broken this one open. It is 7-2 in the bottom of the second. Darren started last year really hot, and he has continued it. Definitely making himself his case for player of the game. Issa, the new batter, he takes strike one. We'll see if the Cards try to work around him maybe with a base open. At this point, I think getting it out by any means is priority number 1. Carlson gets the sign, comes set. 1-1 offering. Swung on and missed by Issa, and the count 1-2. Marcel Johnson waits on deck. Darren leads off of second. Delivery from Carlson, grounded foul, and the count will remain 1-2. Carlson's role on this team is definitely to be a relief pitcher. I don't think he started any games, but he has definitely come in and ate some innings when he has to, and has usually been pretty effective. That ball looked to be what I thought was a strike, but umpire, I guess, disagrees. probably crossed a little bit high. I don't have the best angle out here. I don't think I really should be criticizing that much. 2-2 delivery from Carlson. Issa takes it in the dirt for strike 3. And that'll bring up Johnson. He'll try to continue the inning with 2 runners in scoring position. Grounded out to third back in the first inning. Did get credit for an RBI. He'll try to get 2 more of them here in this at-bat. The delivery popped up, foul, out of play. Man in the green jacket almost with the catch. Couldn't corral it. We are not playing Savannah Bananas rules. That would not have been considered an out. Johnson back into the box. Carlson set. A 1 offering. Johnson swings and misses for strike 2. Greenwald thought about picking off the runner at third. Only a pump fake. Carlson trying to get out of the inning with any more damage. 0-2 pitch to Marcel Johnson outside. And the count 1-2. Johnson back into the box. Carlson set. The 1-2. Johnson takes high. And the count 2-2. Sims waits on deck. Darren, another pretty aggressive lead off a second. Carlson delivers the 2-2. Johnson pops it foul again. And the fans definitely have their work cut out for him getting these baseballs back. Two still the count. Darren has a massive lead off at second. If this ball gets to the outfield, he is definitely scoring. 2-2 delivery from Carlson. Swung on and missed. Johnson down on strikes. And that will be the end of the second inning. 7-2 Red Blazers lead. You're watching Dyer Babe Ruth Baseball on Sports Broadcast Solutions. Am I good? Welcome you back to beautiful Dyer Babe Ruth Field here in Dyer, Indiana. Third inning, ready to start. Blazers hold a 7-2 lead. They have been really knocking around the green card pitchers. Susnar still on the mound for the Blazers. Gave up 2 in the first, had a clean second inning. And now pitchers in this league only get 3 innings. This Dyer League is affiliated with towns neighboring like Cherville, St. John, Whiting, Hammond, Lowell. And they play against all the other teams in the league, but the rule, at least for this league, is Each pitcher only gets 3 innings per game, so this will be Susnar's last inning. The reason they have stuff like that is they don't want pitchers pitching all game, every game. You want to save people's arms and not have their UCLs destroyed at age 13. Susnar delivers. Strike 2. Caden Wanda at the plate. He grounds one foul. Played for the Dyer Renegades last year. Was their primary leadoff hitter. Has a lot of speed in his arsenal. If he gets on base, he is a threat to steal a bag. Has been kind of struggling to start this year. They have him at the bottom of the order in sort of a reverse leadoff style role. 2-2 offering from Susnar. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Wanda down on strikes. And the lineup will flip over to Cam Posey. He had a double and scored on a wild throw back in the first inning. Susnar into the windup, the delivery. Driven out to center, but no problem for the center fielder, Lakey. And there's 2 down. That'll bring up Matt Haymay. It'll try to get a bit of a 2-out rally started. Susnar trying to get the last out of his outing. First delivery is a ball. Haymay, definitely a disciplined hitter, one of the stronger ones in this Card lineup. Fouls one back. Count 1-1. Susnar, Cubs set back. 1-1 offering to Haymay. Checked his swing, did not go around. And 11 hitters count here at 2-1. Two-one offering outside. And the count 3-1. A lot of people say that is the best count to hit in, that or 2-0. I personally think 3-1 is the best because you know the pitcher's got to come to you. 3-1. Haymay takes downstairs for ball 4, and the Cards will have a 2-out base runner as Cameron will step to the plate. Susnar checks on Haymay at first. He is back. Middle of the order here, 3-4-5 for the Cards. Maybe they can get a run back here with 2 outs. Susnar delivers. Haymay is going. Throw down by Darren will not happen. Only a pump fake. And Haymay has stolen himself a bag. He's moved himself into scoring position. Cameron will try to get a base hit and drive him in. Next pitch is high. And another hitter's count here at 2-0. Susnar trying to get the last out of what would be a fairly clean 3-inning start. He will check Haymay at second, and he's back. (2-0) on Cameron. Haymay leads off of second. Susnar, Cubs set. 2-0 offering. Driven into left, out of play and foul. Count 2-1 now. Blake Pawlowski, today's Cards starting pitcher today, is waiting on deck. Susnar set. 2-1 to Cameron. Driven into left. That is going to be foul. Count now even at 2-2 after 2 hard hit balls. But pitchers they just call those loud strikes. Susnar comes set. 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. 2-2 delivery. Hayme is going. Pitch inside for a ball. Darren's throw to third is going to get away. Hayme around from third will score. And the Cards get one back. It's now 7-3. Second throw that Darren has airmailed into left field, causing a Card runner to score. And now the pressure is sort of off for Cameron now. No runners he is responsible of getting in. He'll just try to get on base here and extend this inning for Pawlowski. Susnar comes set and the delivery. In the dirt, but called strike 3. Cameron will run it out. And the throw to first gets away. Cameron on his way to second. And he will get there with a slide. A ball now into left field. Cameron will stay. So it's a 2-base strikeout for Cameron, and the inning will continue for Pawlowski. Some nightmare fielding here for the Blazers. That's a 3rd unearned run that Susnar has allowed. And Pawlowski will try to get another run back. Susnar is set. First pitch to Pawlowski. In the dirt again for a strike. On the count. Susnar into the delivery. Outside. Stealing third is Cameron. Now a passed ball could be in effect for him to score. Susnar gets the sign and comes set. 1-1 to Pawlowski. Take it for strike 2. Trying to chip away are the Cards. 1-2 from Susnar. Outside. Decent frame job by Darren, but umpire not fooled. 7-3 your score, top third. Susnar set again. Trying to get out of this inning with any more damage. It's behind Pawlowski. They're going to say that it got him on the back. So Cameron will not score. He'll have to go back to third. Pawlowski will be on first after the hit by pitch. And that'll bring up Tyler Potowski. Runners on the corners, 2 out. Susnar tried to get out of this inning with any more damage. Pawlowski took second on what I would consider a defensive indifference. Don't really want to be throwing balls down to second, letting runners score from third. At this level, most of the time, they just let him take the base. Potowski takes high. Count 1-1. One delivery from Susnar. In there for strike 2. Big out here for Potowski. He could cut this lead in half with a base hit. Susnar trying to leave these runners where they're staying and keep this lead for the Blazers as it is. 1-2 pitch. A little bit high, and the count will be 2-2. Pawlowski leads off of second. Cameron leads off of third. 2-2 pitch to Potowski is fouled away. Two out. Susnar delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Potowski down on strikes. Susnar out of the inning, and the lead will stay at 4 for the Blazers. We will have the bottom of the 3rd coming up next. Hope you enjoy the broadcast on Sports Broadcast Solutions. Welcome back to the bottom of the 3rd here from a beautiful 65, 70 degree day here in Dyer, Indiana. It's been a great game so far. Blazers lead the Cards 7-3. Blazers will try to improve upon this lead and possibly put the Cards away early. Cameron delivers, ground ball back to him. He'll have an easy throw to first. Play is made, and there's out number 1. Cameron came in relief for Blake Pawlowski, who was not pitching very well, but also did not get very much help from any of his fielders. There's been a lot of errors today. In fact, all 3 of the runs that the Cards have scored are unearned. Susnar was the pitcher for them. His day is over. You're only allowed 3 innings. Ground ball to first. Is it staying fair? It will not. Pawlowski, who was moved to first base, touches it foul. Mole the batter. Bonilla waits on deck. And he's going back to the dugout for some reason. I think he got a new bat. See what he can do with this one. 0-1 delivery from Cameron. Inside and bounces all the way to the backstop. Count 1-1. Cameron, a clean inning here is exactly what the Cards want, because they've been hitting the ball decently well on their half on offense. So even with a 4-run deficit, after a clean inning, you get a little bit of a confidence. There's strike 2 to Mole. One more would put him away. 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And 2 quick outs for Cameron, and now he's got the 10-hitter Bonilla to deal with. Lineup flips over after him with Gomez. Cameron set into the lineup for pitch number 1. Popped up in the air behind home plate and foul. That did nick one of the cars back there. I think it was that white Subaru. Hopefully they don't have a big dent in their hood. Bonilla back into the box. 0-1 delivery from Cameron. Chopped right in front of the plate, gloved and thrown to first. Pawlowski makes the stretch, and it's a clean inning for the Cards. They will get the bats ready for the top of the 4th. You're watching Dyer Babe Ruth Baseball on Sports Broadcast Solutions.
Good evening, everybody. Kyle Smith alongside Andrew Diedrich. Andrew, you have an in-game field report for us. 7-4 score right now, pretty tight, and there's been some errors as well.
Yeah, and it's funny you bring that up, Kyle. So I talked to both managers of both the squads, Kurt Vanderoff for the Blazers and Mark Baldwin for the Green Cards, and both had the same thing to say. We need to minimize errors. Both of the pitchers are pitching to contact right now. The ball's being put in play, and it's not necessarily great contact. It's a lot of these times these balls are coming right to their defenders, and they're able to make these plays, just not able to capitalize in every single one. I actually heard both managers tell their infielders to come up on the infield grass a little bit. The grass has been a little bit dead for them, so they're trying to capitalize on those opportunities for the balls to stay in the infield and make those plays to first base.
Will both shortstops on both teams play shallow the rest of the day as that ball's dying on the grass?
I think that's the right call. I would anticipate that for the rest of the game today. It just seems like a lot of those balls that are coming up the middle, there's plays to be able to be made, but they're just not able to field it for whatever reason. Bad hop. I think if they want to try and minimize the amount of base runners, which I think is a goal at any level of baseball, but especially this one, they're going to have to play a little bit further up and be a little more aggressive on the field.
All right, Andrews, thank you so much. We'll see you in the 6th inning.
Thank you, Kyle.
That's Andrew Dietrich. Quincy will join us in a second from now. 7-4 score as the Red Blazers lead ahead of the Green Cards. What's going on with the Green Cards? They were up 2-0, Quincy, but now it's been a 7-2 run, so to speak, for the Red Blazers.
It's been errors pretty much and walks. A lot of people getting free passes and just not very clean fielding. Also some hard hit balls in there, but I feel like if this was a clean fielded game, this would be maybe a 4-4 game instead of a 7-4 game.
Right. And the other thing is, too, is the defenders have to adjust to this field. It's just dying on the infield grass. It's pretty much dying on the outfield grass. We have not seen the ball get to the fence or on the warning track. So play medium depth or even shallow if you want to in the outfield.
Even when Darren, back in the previous inning, roped one out to the gap, it just kind of died. On a normal field, that rolls all the way to the wall. So you're definitely right about that outfield grass as well.
So that will bring up Greenwald as he fouls it away. Top of the 4th, if you're just joining us, some errors. That's pretty much the story of this game. A couple of errors in the top of the 1st allowed the Green Cards to get ahead to an early 2-0 lead, but they weren't able to hold it. Some suspect pitching, not great defense behind the starting pitcher in Pawalski. They went to the bullpen. Nothing much has changed, but this is kind of in the driver's seat for Green Cards. They're close to that 7-run average, but the problem is they're giving up too many runs.
Yeah, pitching's got to be better, fielding's got to be better, but Cameron with a very clean inning that last inning faced the 8, 9, 10 hitters, set them all down 1, 2, 3 to give his offense a chance to tie this game up, and tying runs sitting on deck, nobody out.
And what's great about this league, Quincy, it's a 3-inning limit, so bullpens come into handy. And basically with the 3-inning limit, we play 7 innings, so you have to use a minimum of 3 pitchers. And at the same time, you don't want a pitcher pitching on back-to-back days if he pitched over 70 pitches. So just because he can pitch 3 innings doesn't mean he's going to pitch 70 pitches on Saturday than 70 pitches on Sunday.
I think more leagues like this should adopt rules like that, because you don't want pitchers at this age pitching 100 pitches every game and murdering their UCLs before they're 15.
At the same time, there is no uniform way when it comes to pitch count, because this is my argument. If you throw 100 pitches, but nobody can hit your fastball and nobody can hit your changeup, and you don't throw any breaking balls, that probably means you don't throw any pressure pitches, right? 3-1, 2-0 counts. Do you put more pressure on the arm, on the shoulder when you're behind in the count? You have to rear back and fire to get back in the count.
And also, a lot of these kids play on multiple teams, and coaches aren't really in the know about what other coaches are doing, because some people might say, oh, well, he needs 3 days after pitching 80 pitches, but he doesn't know that, oh, this guy pitched 70 more in a travel tournament this Saturday.
Ooh, that was close. He might have leaned into that one. But the home plate umpire says he leaned back. Kind of that old what Carlos Quentin and Anthony Rizzo like to do. You make a little bit of effort backwards, it's still considered a hit by a pitch.
Jose Tabata broke up a perfect game from Max Scherzer doing just that.
Wasn't it a 3-2 count or was it a 1-2 count?
I don't know, but he turned his elbow in, but when he turned his elbow in, it stuck out.
Yeah, Rodon had a perfect game back in 2021, as we'll call it a hit, but these second baseman and shortstop, they got to adjust, Quincy. It's just dying on the grass. We haven't seen a lot of duck snorts to the outfield. So I don't know about you, Quincy, but if I'm playing up the middle at short and second, I'm playing near the grass, and I'm begging the batters to hit duck snorts over my head.
Yeah, you got to. I mean, the ball is just getting killed in that grass, and that's the way this field plays. I mean, in my years playing here, it's always been like that.
The only problem is, too, your outfielders have to adjust, right? Because you don't want to allow base hits. So if the second baseman or shortstop play in or a little bit closer to the infield grass, then your outfielders have to come in 3 steps or more, right? So anything jacked by the 3, 4, 5 hitters could be an inside-the-park home run because your outfielders are playing so shallow.
Yeah. Definitely.
But nobody's really hit the ball that hard except for definitely Darren and a little bit of Posey.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think they're talking about on the mound right now? You got runners at second and third, 1 out, first base open, but you are up by 3 runs.
I would say just probably telling them to play up on the grass. for one. And I would say just attack this guy. You need to get outs at any cost. I don't think they want to be picking around hitters too much. I would say go right at Cameron here in this at-bat.
That's what makes this infield grass so interesting is you're technically playing with the infield in because it's just dying on the grass, but you're not really playing the infield in because you still want to get the out. You'll sacrifice the run for the out. But you also don't want to allow a base hit to happen either. That's what makes managing so difficult. He thought about leaning in on that one, let him hit him, but instead he just gets out of the way. 2-0. First base open, Quincy. If he lays off another pitch, it goes to 3-0. Wouldn't be shocked if they just put him on.
Yeah, I wouldn't even really bother.
That was his pitch. Ground ball left side. And they'll throw home. Oh, no. They say they got him?
I couldn't tell. I couldn't see what the umpire said.
Yeah, the base umpire's in our way. We'll watch that on replay in a second. As that's in there for a strike. Did you see an out signal?
I didn't see anything. I just saw him cross the plate and the ball get there about when he crossed the plate.
Right. Now, he doesn't have to slide. You just have to avoid the tag.
And not murder someone at the plate by running them over.
Right. But the runner has the right to the bag. So all the catcher can do is straddle, and of course MLB has had this issue where the catchers are arguing, I am straddling. But then the runner says, no, you have to give me the entire plate. I need to be able to slide underneath the tag.
Yeah, it's sort of the argument of you can block the plate when you have the ball. It's sort of an argument of what you do before you get the ball.
And the issue is these catchers are getting their foot closer and closer to the pentagon area instead of a clean stride across the entire pentagon. That's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a clean stride across the pentagon. That Mets-Cubs game, if you saw the highlight of that, the Mets should have had a run because the Cubs abused the rule.
Yeah, it's just that's a tough play to call as an umpire.
Well, I just wish it was more uniform. The way I would call it is you have your plate, right? 1 foot, left foot, and then the runner just slides straight underneath it.
Yeah.
That's the point of the rule.
But once they get the ball, they're putting their knee down to where you can't get to the plate.
What the catchers are doing, so right, you got your pentagon, right foot, left foot, and as they're getting the ball, they're arching their left foot right on the line of the plate, where the plate starts, which is illegal. You cannot do that till you have the ball in your mitt. But then there's defining the rule. When it's in your mitt, is it a clean catch? When it just arrives on your mitt, can you block the plate? It's like you said, Quincy, it's a hard rule to officiate and to enforce. But there's been issues with it, especially that Mets-Cubs game. Even without the rule, I think the runner was safe. I think that the first baseman, Alonso, was safe at the plate regardless. It looked like his hand got underneath. But that's the issue with the rule. Unless you have a clean definition of straddling, catchers are going to abuse the rule until changes happen. Meanwhile, pitching change for the Red Blazers as it's now a 7-5 ball game. Bases loaded, 1 out. As they will go to double zeros for the Cardinals, try to get their way out of it.
Marcell Johnson, your new pitcher. He has a lot of velo in that right arm, but he struggled a lot last year with walks for the Dyer Renegades. He would get the ball over the plate, a lot of velo, but a lot of trouble also finding the zone. So if he could that's really what I think he tried to improve on in this offseason. He has good breaking stuff, good velo on the fastball. It's just the location. I know he told me he tried to work on that in the offseason. So with the bases loaded and only 1 out, he's going to really have to get that ball over the plate and not struggle with these walks.
Nowhere to put him. Bases loaded, 7-5. Comes into the old Buck Showalter strategy of managing. He was the first manager that came up with the idea, if Barry Bonds is at the plate and we're up by 3 runs, bases loaded, I'm going to intentionally walk him. You're in a situation similar to that. Not a huge home run threat. But at the same time, if he's a good threat to get a base hit to score both runners, if you walk him, you're still up by 1 run. Inside for a ball.
Every team to ever walk a batter with the bases loaded has actually gone on to win the game. I think the Rays did it to Josh Hamilton back when he had that crazy MVP year.
It's usually done with 2 outs. Very rarely will they do it with 1 out or less. Now, if you're up by 5 runs and nobody out or 1 out, you could theoretically do it. Issue with that is you bring the tying run to the plate with less than 2 dead. But what are the odds he's going to hit a grand slam to tie it, the next hitter?
Cole Rodriguez, former teammate of Marcel last year on the Renegades.
I don't know what he's waiting for. That was right down Broadway. And now he's in a pickle. Good news for the green cards. The grass is just not cooperating. You're going to have to really hit it hard for it to be a 643 double play. Inside and high for a ball.
I'd imagine if he hits one on the ground hard enough, the play's coming home.
If I were the Blazers, I would take the out. They've tried to go home.
That was not a force, though.
Right.
This next one would just be a force.
It was very strange, too, because they were up by 3 runs at the time, and it was hit right at him at third, where unless, your momentum's going towards the plate like a 2-hopper or a short hopper, usually you don't go to a play like that when you're up by 3 runs.
You mentioned earlier about infield fly rule being a factor with outfielders playing deeper than usual. Could come into play here.
Now they're a little shallow. Look how shallow center field is. And that's where these pregame meetings with the umpires come into effect. Home plate umpire, at least when the ball's originally in the air, has the best view of it. But as the ball starts to take its trajectory downwards, the base umpire has a better view. But once one umpire makes the call, that's it. And so you have to decide in your pregame meeting which umpire is going to take charge on an infield fly call. That's ball 4. It's a live ball, though, since it's a runner's on base. I love how the pitcher came to the plate to make the tag.
Yeah, Marcel had a problem last year of not covering the plate on pass balls, so I think he's got it drilled into his head to always go for it now.
Even when it's bases loaded walk? Right, I get it. Like, you still have to get close to the plate, but you obviously can't tag him out because it's a automatic advancing of the runner. 7-6, things getting interesting. As that's outside for a ball.
Caden Wanda at the plate, also a teammate with Marcel last year on the Renegades. We'll see how well he knows his stuff.
Good block. Like to see him switch that glove over infield style and use that chest protector to block it. When you switch the glove over and you try to frame it overhand style, it's harder to block. Right there for a strike. The way he calls strike 2 is so interesting. It looks like he's going to ring him up. And then at the last second he says, strike 2.
I would always get annoyed when umpires would have delayed strike calls.
Has to swing at it. And that's going to be an easy force play at first. No choice but to go to first, partner. Momentum of the play going to first base. You're already in a hole. You've given up a couple of runs. You want to get the run at the plate to avoid the tie score, but try to eliminate the damage as best you can. Get the out at first, two-buddy out.
This could be probably the biggest at-bat of the game so far. Top of the order for the Cards. 2 on, 2 out. They could come all the way back from down 7-2 right now with a base hit.
Whew. Posey might have been swinging for the fences on that one. Just missed it.
Definitely an aggressive swing when he does offer at pitches. He's not just going to go out there and poke his hands at the ball.
Yeah, I agree, Quincy. I thought that was a strike. The zone has been a little inconsistent for my liking.
I think it's been a lot inconsistent for my liking.
High pop-up. And it is not caught.
Had to dive to even get a chance at that one.
2-run score. And that will make it a 9-7 game. Posey will advance to third base as they miss the cutoff man. And Posey takes advantage of it. It is not a triple. I don't believe it was dropped, so it'll be a double and then advances on the throw.
I saw through the fence, center fielder slid for it and almost came up with it. It was a tough running play to make, but Posey has such good speed to where he was probably already at first base by the time center fielder even got to the ball.
Yeah, at this level, you'll very rarely see an 8-3 put out, and it's still rare to get that 9-3 put out. I can't remember the last time I saw a 9-3 put out in the major league level.
I think Jose Bautista did it. I think Cody Bellinger did it when Steven Strasburg hit a single, or what would have been a single.
So Bellinger is playing right field that day?
For the Dodgers, yes. This is a few years ago.
So who was playing center then? Oh, but Betts was playing center, right?
Probably. I just remember a clip of Cody Bellinger throwing out Steven Strasburg at first base from right field. Seems they're definitely pitching around Jaime here with a base open.
He's had some good swings at the ball. 3-0. Don't want to give him anything good here. That actually might have been a strike if the catcher had moved his glove closer to the inside part of the plate. Either way, it's a walk. And with runners at the corners, probably going to see Jaime go here.
He didn't even wait till the pitch was thrown.
Oh, boy. Starting to look like the White Sox right now. Did you watch that White Sox Phillies game? The Phillies pulled the first and third play. Runner for the Phillies goes home, and then Lenyn Souza throws it over Maldonado's head. Both runners advance to home and second base.
I don't watch too many White Sox games, but they have not been very good this year. They're actually not the worst team in the MLB anymore. Wins-wise, the Marlins and Rockies have less than them now.
Yeah, they're well. They've played better baseball since they brought in Tommy Pham. But that was pretty brutal. Not only did they not get the runner at home, but it was a bad throw by Sosa, and that play kind of reminded me of that White Sox-Phillies game. In the dirt, and that's going to be a wild pitch, but catcher's got to do a better job, Quincy. Use that chest protector. Push out with the chest protector. The glove should be your last thing that you use. You put the glove down, hand underneath the glove, and then push out with the chest protector to block it.
In the blink of an eye, the Cards have scored 9 unanswered runs. This was a 7-2 game not too long ago. This inning has really kind of gotten away from them.
That's what happens when you can't throw strikes and you refuse to make adjustments on defense. Too many times the balls died on the grass. If they were playing shallow, would have gotten that runner. They say it hit his belly button. And another base runner for the Cards. Pawlowski at the plate. Comes into today with a .667 batting average. Goes on first movement. Not a great throw. Probably would have been safe even if it was a good throw. As stolen base awarded for Berngen.
.667 average on the year for Pawlowski. Not too shabby. Getting a hit 2 out of every 3 at bats.
It's a 3-game sample size, but it counts, right?
Starting the year off strong.
What's the old adage? You're not allowed to bring in batting averages until you play at least 10 games.
Yeah, that's somewhat fair.
That's why, like, when you see postseason stats, they tend to say 4 for his last 14.
Instead of average.
Yeah, right.
So instead of saying something like, he's hitting 800 in his last 2 games.
Yep. That would be 4 or 5.
Yeah.
It's still very good, but it's kind of amazing how in baseball, if you get a 40% in terms of hitting, you're the greatest hitter to ever live. And only a couple of guys have done it. And it hasn't been done since the 40s.
Luis Arias had a chance last year.
Right.
He had the 400 for a couple months. I thought he was going to do it at points throughout the year.
Gwynn probably would have done it. He was hitting 394 when the season ended in August of 1994. But you just think about it. If you get a 40% on a math test, they're probably going to call your parents. You're probably going to have to retake the test. Ground to the left side. It's going to be close play at first. And instead, they actually went to third base. And he got in there safely.
Getting back to your math test analogy, you got people in Calc 3 and linear algebra that are happy with a 40% on their math test.
And that's a curve, though. So, like, a 40 is like a 70?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm talking about an actual 40, like algebra run, you get a 40% on the test.
No, I got what you were talking about.
Please don't tell me he called a strike on that.
I don't think he did.
He leaned towards the right. That's the strike position. Ball, you just say ball. You're not supposed to. Only time you put up fingers is to announce the count after a ball call. 2-0 the count.
I will say Petoskey, the batter at the plate, has really taken some tremendous strides from last year. He, I think, was a below 200 hitter last year, but so far this year, I've seen him hit the ball pretty hard on multiple occasions. There's another one.
Hits in the outfield, station to station.
They tagged
baseball,
him.
And that time they tag him out.
Third baseman gloved it and tagged him. That's just some unlucky BABIP right there. But Petoskey really, I mean, he was hitting 11th, 12th last year for the Renegades, hitting 5th now for the Cards. He's really taken a drastic improvement this year. More comfortable at the plate, more hard hit balls.
Right at the knees for a strike. Don't go anywhere. The postgame show brought to you by Rogers Roofing will follow this broadcast. 0-1, come and set the reliever. As Johnson misses in the dirt. Good news is it's not a hot day, so easy recovery time for the catcher and pitcher to work things out in the dugout.
It's definitely a pain when you have to catch in 100-degree temperatures.
As that's a throw down to third base. Couldn't get him. That's somewhat on Johnson, Quincy. He's got to be quicker on that slide step. Two and one count. Other issue is that's a wild pitch by Johnson. Going to be close at the plate. And Pawlowski not happy. And I think the umpire called him out because the runner in Pawlowski did not make a determined effort to get underneath the tag. You have to avoid the tag and avoid contact. When you just keep running towards the plate, when it's obvious you need to be sliding, especially at this level, you want to avoid injuries, he's out. And I like the call there by the home plate umpire. We'll take a break. Bottom of the fourth coming up next. Red Blazers have some work to do here on SBS. A big thank you to our sponsors. Let Potillo and Crane Orthodontics give you a smile you can be proud of using state-of-the-art technology and cutting-edge treatment options. Visit one of our beautiful orthodontic offices in Crown Point, Merrillville, Sherrillville, Valparaiso to schedule a complimentary consultation. Schedule them online at pansysmiles.com.
They fixed my teeth. That's where I went for my braces.
Also go by pncsmiles.com. This game's also brought to you by Rogers Roofing. Visit them online at rogersroofing.com. Trusted home improvement specialists serving homeowners in and around Northwest Indiana, and they've been in business for more than half a century. Rogers Roofing takes the worry out of home improvement. Bottom of the fourth, as they have a 2-hour limit, especially with a game coming up.
It's no new inning after an hour 45, so we just hit that mark. The Blazers will be able to hit all 3 outs, but this is most likely last at bats.
Outside for a ball. High and inside for a ball, so this will be the last chance for the Blazers. This would be it'd be a heartbreaker in terms of losing their 3-game winning streak. They were up 7-2, but could give up 9 unanswered runs. Be tough to swallow.
Yeah, that's definitely not how you want to lose a game. You lose a game 3-2, you think, oh well. Having a 7-2 lead and giving up 9 unanswered, that's a pretty demoralizing way to lose a game.
This umpire is something else. He's fun to watch, but I always wonder, do I have the right count? Is he trying to ring him up? It's 2-0, right? Then he says, strike! And then 1, like he's about to ring him up. That hit him, by the way, so double 9s, big 99 back on first base. Wearing Wayne Gretzky's number. Quincy, is there 1 out or nobody out?
No, 1 out. They grounded out while you're doing the ad read.
Okay. 1 out, 1 on. Probably going to wait for a strike. That is not waiting for a strike. There's a time to be aggressive, and there's a time to lay off pitches like that. That would be the time to lay off a pitch like that. Down by 4 runs in your last at-bats.
3, 4, 5 up for the Cards right now. Susnar, Lakey, and Darren are all due up here, so 4 runs is definitely, at this level, not out of the question.
Outside for a ball.
Nope. Strike 2.
You called that a strike?
Yep.
Okay, that was a miss. And the unwritten rule of baseball, when it's that close to the dirt and the catcher drops it. Line drive, left side. Tough play for Posey, and he'll just eat this one. That's good shortstop play.
Posey has a lot of range over there. Most shortstop in this league, I feel like, don't get to that, and it squirts into left field.
What I'd like for him to work on, he's got the speed. Trust in your feet. Work on those basketball shuffles. Basketball shuffle to the ball. Get underneath it alligator style, and then finish that play. Force play at second base. Outside for a ball. You know, that's why you'll see teams on the foul line. They'll do calisthenics, they'll do karaoke, they'll do basketball shuffles for those exact reasons, to work on your range at shortstop and second base. Not a good attempt there. It's 1-0, you're down by 4 runs, just let them walk you. Let them put the tying run at home plate.
And since both runners were in motion and still 2 bases, you don't want to risk fouling one off there. Whenever I would be trying to steal second and my teammate would foul the ball back, I would get really annoyed that I would have to just walk all the way back.
There you go. Wait for a strike. When you're down by 4 runs, you're the most important at the plate, obviously, but you also want to keep the rally going, and you want to force the pitcher to get tired out there. That was going to be a strike regardless. Nope, had to swing at that one. Pitcher's pitch. 2-2. Got to do whatever you can to get it in play.
Caleb Darren on deck is the tying run, and he's been red hot today. So if you could get him to the plate as the tying run, well, never mind.
Nice changeup. as looking for the win. The big reliever out for the Cardinals, and Tyler Carlson. He's looked good. Pawlowski was a little shaky today. 5 runs had been giving up when Pawlowski left the game, and then Carlson came in, and he's pretty much shut down the door.
He's been terrific. I don't think he has any runs given up to his name. I think he came in when it was 5-2, and both of the runs that crossed were charged to Pawlowski. He's done a great job out of relief today.
In the dirt for ball 2. If your green cards, anything hit to the outfield, even if they try to run home, you're going to cut it off unless it's hit right to you.
Darren has both his to the outfield today. He's 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs.
Not the pitch you want to swing at on 2-0. Let the umpire call that one a strike, and he's mostly called that a ball today. 2-1 now. Right down the middle. This could do it. Ground ball left side to third, to first. And they got him. And Quincy, what time is it?
It is 11:54.
So we can play another inning. So we'll take a break. More baseball action coming up next here on SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone. We want to give a special thank you to American Community Bank. They've been focused on serving our customers since 1910. Visit them online at acbanker.com. Also, big thank you to Personal Touch Technology. Check them out at stonepcsupport.com. Smoothie St. John. Visit Smoothie King St. John at 8235 Wicker Avenue, right across from Lake Central High School. And finally, we want to thank you, Cali Beauty. They have great low prices with high-quality brands of beauty products. They're the leading beauty retailer in Northwest Indiana with more than 6,000 products that are stocked daily. Cali Beauty is a family-run business that treats its customers like family. Check out their Facebook page to see the latest sale or great deal. Back to the action. We will play one more inning, top of the fifth, as a 1-0 count to the leadoff hitter for the Cards. Outside for a ball. And that'll be a leadoff walk. So the problems continue for Marcel Johnson. But the Red Blazers are down a couple of men in terms of pitches, so Johnson's going to have to work his way out of it. Greenwald, little slap bunt down the third base line. He's going to try to beat it out for a hit, and he will.
Normally you don't see your big home run hitter lay a bunt down the third base line, but I guess if they were playing him back, take advantage.
Little pitch out as they'll throw it down to second base, and he's in there safely. That hit him. Well, regardless if you're low on pitchers, I think you're going to have to make a pitching change because it is just not Johnson's day.
Yeah, I agree.
And Quincy, bases loaded, runners at first and second.
Let's check. First and second.
Okay.
No runner at third.
1-0 the count. As pickoff play at second. And dropping the ball. Baldwin just couldn't handle it. Sorry, that was Bonilla. Another play, and Boario makes the tag. In the dirt. They try to get him at third. And not a great throw. It's a stolen base, no wild pitch. Double steal, and runners at second and third. Another hit would probably finish off the Blazers.
Still nobody out either.
Infield in for the Blazers. Don't know why they're keeping Greenwald close. He's not a threat to score on a base hit. Outside for a ball. I would just put him on at this point. Have a force at every base. We'll most likely have the take sign here. As that's ball 4, pass ball. And that one's on the catcher, just not able to handle that one from the Cardinals. Sorry, the Blazers. Is not able to handle it. It was Darren. And oh my goodness, 2-run score off a pass ball. That is piss poor defense from the Blazers. Mama said there'd be days like this, Mama said, and definitely shows on that play.
Yeah, 11 unanswered runs is not a great day at all.
It's one thing to give up a run on a wild pitch, but to give one up on a pass ball, worse. One that he should have had. It was pretty close to the strike zone. And then 2 runs scoring on a pass ball, especially not a speedy guy in Greenwald. Because that's an inside cut.
Greenwald does have a high baseball IQ, though. He knows when to go and when not to.
True, but scoring from second on a pass ball, can't have it.
True.
Johnson's got to know better. Get the ball and then call time. It's a little bit low. And both catchers struggling with the throws. And I'm surprised that the home plate umpire and base umpire is letting Johnson play with the batting glove. You're supposed to take it off when you're pitching.
Yeah, I mean, it's not his throwing hand. I know you're supposed to take it off, but probably don't see it as that big of a deal.
I guess it just kind of talks to the interesting nature of the home plate umpire today.
Definitely.
But a lot of these pitches have been so far away from the plate, any umpire would have called them balls. Like that one, which he did call strike one earlier in the game.
Yeah.
2-2, nobody out. At this point, just get it out if you're the Blazers. Oh, boy. Now, the reason the umpire rung him up is probably to keep the game moving. But 13-7 at this level is not exactly game over.
He's rung up people on worse pitches than that this game, too.
Right. I get it. I don't think he thought that was a strike. I really think he rung him up to keep the game moving. Because it looked like Marcell Johnson was going to continue to walk people, which is not what parents want to see. Hit him in the back. As the green cards players say, charge the mound.
I don't think anyone charging the mound wants a piece of Marcell Johnson right now.
Plus, it was a breaking ball that he hit him on.
It would always frustrate me in the MLB when players would get really upset when they get hit with a breaking ball. You know that wasn't intentional. You're just trying to start stuff just to start stuff.
So that'll do it for Marcell. We'll take a break. You're watching SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Do you love pizza? So do we. At Doreen's Pizzeria, we also love our customers. That's why we're bringing you our loyalty rewards program and online ordering system. Click the link to start your order now. Doreen's Pizzeria, real Chicago pizza.
Pitching change for the Cardinals as they will go to the young fireballer. It's going to be Caleb Darren.
That's not Caleb Darren. That's somebody else, I think.
Oh, Brylan Sims. It looked like 12. They're going to go with Brylan Sims on the mound.
I'd imagine he has to take those white sleeves off. That's one thing that I know umpires really get upset about.
Well, the point is...
So you can't hide the ball.
Correct. That's why you don't want the batting glove, because most batting gloves are white, red, and blue. So
I'd imagine they make him take this off.
You can roll them up, but
yeah,
usually they make him take them off. But everything has been interesting today. The slow drive, line drive that they called an infield fly and then they didn't. First pitch from Sims, swung on and missed for a strike. Tough day for Johnson. But it's been a team effort. You win as a team, you lose as a team. The Red Blazers had a 3-game winning streak, but they have not looked like it the last couple of innings. And that's just laziness from behind the plate. It's like I talked about. You move the knees, not the glove. You move the glove, umpire's going to call that a ball every time. And now, base umpire telling Sims, you got to come set. You got to come to a pause. Technically, you're supposed to call balks, but...
In this age division, they give him a warning, and then they call it.
Yeah. Now, do some of these kids play travel ball?
I think a few of them do.
Because travel ball, no more balk warnings after 10U. That one's a liner into the outfield. It's going to fall in for a base hit. And the damage continues to be done. It was once a 7-2 lead for the Red Blazers. No more. It's now 14-7 in favor of the Green Cardinals. Outside for a ball. Yes, that's a stolen base awarded for the Green Cards. Able to get there was Cole Rodriguez. High pop-up. This should be an easy out. Oh, my goodness. Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
That's one where you really want to see the shortstop come in and take that one. Because going backwards off that mound is not easy. I would really like to see the shortstop come take that one.
Or the second baseman, or the first baseman. The person that has the worst route to the ball is the pitcher. He's coming from up above. He just can't see it because he's at an awkward angle. And quite honestly, as these kids get older, you really don't want your pitcher catching fly balls anyways. 2-0. You know, when you're a good team and you can score runs, that's all great. But when you can't play defense, you can't win ball games. It doesn't matter how many runs you score. And you can't make plays, 14-7 scores happen.
And 12 unanswered runs happen.
Walks and not making plays. It's not just not making plays. That's a hammered shot from Posey. He'll reach base via single. 2 runs are going to score on that as they go home with it, which I disagree with entirely. At this point, just hit the cutoff man and live another day. And now the Green Cards are 1 run away from getting the slaughter rule. We're already past the time limit, but...
And even if they do hit the slaughter rule, the Blazers will get to hit as well.
Correct. Hard to believe it was once a 7-2 lead for the Blazers. Ground ball left side. And it's fouled away. Don't go anywhere. The post-game show will most likely have Cameron Posey. But honestly, it was an entire team effort today by the Green Cards. And you could make the argument that Tyler Carlson deserves to be part of that post-game show.
Yeah, he really shut down the Blazer hitters after the first couple innings where they got to 7 runs. He's held them at bay. I'd imagine he'll be on the mound to close this one out.
It's kind of shocking this game became a blowout. It looked like it was going to be a 9-8, 10-9. 7-6 final score, but when you don't make plays, 1-1 the count. That's a fly ball. Going to get out to right field. And that's just foul.
All right.
1-2 the count. It's fouled away. Swung on and missed for a strike. Problem is that's only the second out. And
I
you
think
know,
that was strike 2.
it was strike 2?
Well, he's not going to the dugout.
Maybe it was strike 3 and the home plate umpire forgot to count.
Maybe.
Because our technical director, Dylan Rote, is usually good about that. That one was absolutely slaughtered. And it's about time, too, because
I think it was foul.
it was foul. I was going to say, though, it's about time, too, because when pitchers continue to miss the strike zone 3 balls in a row, eventually you're going to sit pretty on a meatball down the middle because eventually they're going to have to come to you.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why walking people is just not a good idea as a pitcher for obvious reasons. But the big thing is eventually you get frustrated and then your concentration goes down and you eventually give up that meatball down the middle. Swung on and missed, and that time it's strike 3. And that was the third out. Bottom of the 5th, the Red Blazers got to score 9 runs to extend this game. You're watching SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
We're known as Levin Tire, but we're so much more than just a tire dealer. At Levin Tire, engine and electrical work, and much more. And of course, we're the best choice for tires, with a wide variety from the industry's most trusted manufacturers. Plus, you'll get customer service like a small business with pricing better than a national chain. Visit one of our 6 locations today. We're more than just tires. Levin Tire and Service Center since 1918, earning your trust one day at a time.
In there for a strike, Kyle Smith alongside Quincy Bell. Don't go anywhere. Post-game shows coming up next. Would most likely be a member of the Green Cards unless we see a crazy bottom of the fifth rally.
They got Eric Greenwald on the mound, not necessarily a save situation. Greenwald, Pawlowski, and Cameron are the three pitchers that the Cards use on a game-by-game basis, pretty much.
Late on the swing. If he's late, you just rear back and fire and try to go with that outside fastball. Just a bit outside. I can't believe hitters are laying off pitches this close. Ball 8. Ball 12. I love when he so Wild Thing walks the bases loaded, right? 12 consecutive balls. And then that huge first baseman for the Yankees hits that grand slam. Then the pitching coach says, at least it was a strike. Outside for a ball. The post-game show is brought to you by, I can't find it. To heck with it. 3-2 the count.
Was it Rogers Roofing? I think you said that earlier.
No, it's part of the movie, remember?
Oh,
do you not remember that scene?
No, I don't.
Now, the words he used are not FCC approved. But, yeah, it's the famous scene where, like, the Indians lose later on in the season, and play-by-play announcer says that.
We kind of have a real-life situation of that going on with the A's. Because the A's are, well, they're trying to lose and trying to move to Sacramento and then Las Vegas, but their team actually isn't doing that badly.
There is a chance that the Las Vegas thing falls through and they're back into Oakland by 2026.
Oh, that'd be very awkward.
Well, they would get a brand new stadium.
That's like, where though? I thought all the proposals are just falling through.
Right, but the Las Vegas thing is not exactly a lock either. They're not going to play in a minor league stadium, as that's a liner but foul down the left side.
Are they not tearing down the Coliseum?
That I don't know, but most likely yes. But so no matter what, that'll get torn down. But
they could share a ballpark with the Giants.
Yeah, absolutely not. But the Vegas thing, if you ever read stuff from Jeff Passan, he knows his stuff. He's been covering it very closely. And, I mean, you got to get there, kid. I don't know what was taking so long, but he was almost out. It has taken forever to get there. It was Amir Issa. I don't know what happened, partner. That went right back to the backstop. Now, it did ricochet back into his glove, but still, you should be going on first movement. As Issa thought about going to third, but with his team down by 9, he wisely goes back to the bag. And look, if the Cards don't throw strikes here, things could get a little interesting.
Stranger things definitely have happened.
A 9-1 rally would be pretty strange.
2 years ago, the 16-18 Dyer Renegades came down from 5-0 in the final inning to win 6-5.
Yeah, that's 5, not 9.
That's just the most recent comeback I can remember in this league.
And decision time for the third base coach for the Blazers. You're probably going to send him because the Cards are not going to care about him scoring. They just want to get outs.
I would say you have to just avoid outs at all costs. I don't think it's really worth stealing when you're down 9 runs.
Well, I meant base hits to the outfield.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Cards are most likely just going to cut it off. That's a high fastball. And look, this is wise hitting right now by the Red Blazers. Force him to throw you a strike. Nice pitch. Went with a 3-1 changeup. You got to have a lot of confidence in your arsenal to throw a 3-1 changeup.
You also probably have to have a 9-run lead to work with, too.
But that does help. Strike 3. Runners can run at their own risk. Batter automatically out.
I think they said he tipped it.
I disagree, but home plate umpire and the catcher are the only people that know if it was a tip or not.
Yeah, we're also sitting in center field. So.
See, I don't like that the home plate umpire does that because it confuses the pitcher and the rest of the 8 defenders. It looks like he's ringing him up when he points to first base.
Yeah, I thought he was about to ring him up too. So.
And I'm sure that the coaches are talking about that. I've been confused a couple of times. Did he ring him up on that? No, he's just pointing to first base. Well, what do you think the coaching staff is telling his reliever to try to finish this game up?
Get the ball over the plate. We do not need to deal with any more walks right about now. Just make him hit it. We got to force in any base. Take outs where we can get him. We only need 3 more.
Even though you're up by 9, if it's hit back to the pitcher, you could try for the 1-2-3 double play.
Maybe.
It's got to be directly to you, though, and preferably a one-hopper. Having trouble. Might need to get a new catcher's mitt. Second time that he's dropped it. Remember, the Blazers are down by 9, so anything hit to the outfield, they're probably going to try to score from second. Oh, you got to wear that, kid. Let's keep the line moving. It's only a breaking ball. 1-1. This game is still not over yet. Not even close. It's not a huge backstop, Quincy, but it's not that short either.
No, I still agree with not risking that. You're down 9 runs. You have to just avoid outs at all junctions possible.
Fouled away. That time you would have liked to see the hitter go with the pitch and hit that to left field instead of that inside-outside swing. The inside-outside swing, he jammed himself. 2-2. Most likely going to be a fastball in the outside corner. There it was. And it's a short backstop, so nobody's going to go anywhere. And the first out of the inning. Can't blame him too much, Quincy. You're down by 9 runs. It's been a little inconsistent on the outside corner. Why swing at that pitch?
Yeah, I mean, got to put the ball in play to get runs
Right.
somehow.
Sometimes the umpire's calling that a ball. Sometimes he's calling it a strike. It's hard to tell. And when you're down by 9, you hope for the best and hope he calls it ball 3. Inside for a ball again. Anything hit to the gap, it's going to be hard to split it because the outfield grass is pretty much dead today. But anything that gets to the warning track, they're kind of trying to advance him from first base. He might also need to wear a batting glove. Sometimes that helps when you have a new catcher's glove. You wear that batting glove to squeeze it easier. 2-1 the count. Base is full of Blazers. High for a ball. 3-1. And even though it's 3-1, Quincy, he might have the red light here.
Yeah, I would say so. Walk gets in a run.
Yeah, definitely a strike. But I agree with the red light. It's not like the Blazers have swung the bat extremely well today. 3-2 count. Outside for a ball. Grand slam would make things very interesting. But it's 17-8 now. Nope, 16-8. I was lied to. I knew it was you, scoreboard operator. You broke my heart. Quincy, you know what movie that's from?
You name at least one movie reference per broadcast we do together, and I feel like I never get it.
You're young, and how old are you now, 20?
I'm 20.
This was way before your time. This is way before a lot of our times. Right to the plate. Going to second. He's out on the tag. Okay. Quincy, that was a little head scratching.
I would say just go to home with that.
Right, just go to home or go to first. The thought process is you try to get a 1-6-3 double play, but the easier double play, since the momentum is taking you towards the plate, just go to the plate for the double play. No matter what, they get it out. And it was to the second baseman, too. You'd like to see your shortstop cover on that.
Wasn't a very good throw by Greenwald, but Evans still able to get the tag.
It's, do you remember the old Tom Amansky videos? Those before your time with the with Fred McGriff.
No, I remember seeing there was old videos of like the original home run derby where it was like a 1v1 between two hitters.
Right.
I think Mickey Mantle would win like every single one, and he would hit from both sides in each one.
Harmon Killebrew was great at that. He was in part of those videos.
Ernie Banks and Willie Mays, I think, also made appearances.
But the Tom Amansky videos, they would show like the garbage can drill, where you try to one-hop it from the plate on a crow hop garbage can behind home plate. Yeah. And Tom Amansky, the famous baseball coach, that swung on and missed, and down to their last bullet are the Red Blazers. And Fred McGriff, the crime dog, would be part of those films. But that play from pitcher to second base was not exactly fundamentally sound. Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed, strike three. And the 3-game winning streak is no more for the Red Blazers. They fall today, and they're back to 500. The Green Cards improved to 3-1. Final thoughts about today's game, Quincy, before we go to the post-game show.
Great comeback by the Cards. Down 7-2. They turn it around with 14 unanswered runs. Yes, the fielding wasn't great, but the resilience of being down by 5 and just flipping a game on its head, give a lot of credit to the Cards for this win.
All right, we're going to go down to field level, and we'll get either Cameron Posey or Tyler Carlson. Meanwhile, a 16-9 win for the for the Green Cards over the Red Blazers. You're watching SBS, the broadcasting network for everyone.
If you give your PIN or password over the phone, you might as well wallpaper your room with cash. Why don't you just use $1 bills?
Okay, these will come right off. It's just hot glue. The make them take it back, right? Here you go. Careful, careful.
Oh no, something spilled over here.
We're known as Levin Tire, but we're so much more than just a tire dealer. At Levin Tire and Service Center, we do oil changes, brakes, alignments, engine and electrical work, and much more. And of course, we're the best choice for tires, with a wide variety from the industry's most trusted manufacturers. Plus, you'll get customer service like a small business with pricing better than a national chain. Visit one of our 6 locations today. We're more than just tires. Levin Tire and Service Center, since 1918, earning your trust one day at a time.
Do you love pizza? So do we. At Derain's Pizzeria, we also love our customers. That's why we're bringing you our loyalty rewards program and online ordering system. Click the link to start your order now. Derain's Pizzeria, real Chicago pizza.
My experience has been great. My son had come here first, and we had such a good experience that I brought my daughter back.
What I love about coming here is that as soon as I check in, it's like
5 seconds in and they're like already calling me to the back. I do like the girls in the back. They're very nice and they're fun to talk to.
When I first walk in, the welcome staff says hello to me and I go up there to do the check-in and then I can sit down if I want. There's charging ports or I can go to the game room and play games in there.
I like how you can brush your teeth when you forget and then after that you can play games.
When I get called, I go back and they do my braces. I can pick different colors and you get Patilla points, which you can exchange for real life rewards. I got a gift card for Amazon and I'm saving up for another one. So that way I can go and buy some stuff for Disney World. And then I go and get hot chocolate, which they've got in the lobby, and then I'm done. I'm going to be starting my second phase of braces soon.
Do you love pizza? So do we. At Derain's Pizzeria, we also love our customers. That's why we're bringing you our loyalty rewards program and online ordering system. Click the link to start your order now. Derain's Pizzeria, real Chicago pizza.
We're known as Levin Tire, but we're so much more than just a tire dealer. At Levin Tire and Service Center, we do oil changes, brakes, alignments, engine and electrical work, and much more. And of course, we're the best choice for tires, with a wide variety from the industry's most trusted manufacturers. Plus, you'll get customer service like a small business with pricing better than a national chain. Visit one of our 6 locations today. We're more than just tires. Levin Tire and Service Center, since 1918, earning your trust one day at a time.
My experience has been great. My son had come here first and we had such a good experience that I brought my daughter back.
What I love about coming here is that as soon as I check in, it's like 5 seconds in and they're like already calling me to the back. I do like the girls in the back. They're very nice and they're fun to talk to.
When I first walk in, the welcome staff says hello to me and I go up there to do the check-in and then I can sit down if I want. There's charging ports or I can go to the game room and play games in there.
I like how you can brush your teeth when you forget and then after that you can play games.
When I get called, I go back and they do my braces. I can pick different colors.
We're known as Levin Tire, but we're so much more than just a tire dealer. At Levin Tire and Service Center, we do oil changes, brakes, alignments, engine and electrical work, and much more. And of course, we're the best choice for tires, with a wide variety from the industry's most trusted manufacturers. Plus, you'll get customer service like a small business with pricing better than a national chain. Visit one of our 6 locations today. We're more than just tires. Levin Tire and Service Center, since 1918, earning your trust one day at a time.
My experience has been great. My son had come here first, and we had such a good experience that I brought my daughter back.
What I love about coming here is that as soon as I check in, it's like 5 seconds in, and they're like already calling me to the back. I do like the girls in the back. They're very nice, and they're fun to talk to.
When I first walk in, the welcome staff says hello to me, and I go up there to do the check-in, and then I can sit down if I want. There's charging ports, or I can go to the game room and play games in there.
I like how you can brush your teeth when you forget, and then after that you can play games.
When I get called, I go back and they do my braces. I can pick different colors, and you get Patilla points, which you can exchange for real-life rewards. I got a gift card for Amazon, and I'm saving up for another one, so that way I can go and buy some stuff for Disney World. And then I go and get hot chocolate, which they've got in the lobby, and then I'm done. I'm going to be starting my second phase of braces soon, and my teeth will be straight, and it's going to help me with my confidence.
I am looking forward to straighter, better teeth that I can enjoy and show off to people when I smile.